breaking them? Not an option.
I'm Chica, and yeah, this one got dark really fast.
And I'm Pixie, here to drag us straight into a world of power, control, and secrets that should have stayed buried.
This is Heat Between the Sheets, and things are about to get really twisted.
We're talking secret societies, dangerous games, and men who don't just bend the rules, they own them.
And once you're in, you're in.
Because what starts as control turns into survival, and getting out isn't as simple as walking away.
Didn't read it? Good. Come experience the chaos with us.
Before we step into secret societies, power, and rituals that should absolutely not be happening.
Okay, yeah, we need a warning.
This show is for entertainment purposes only, is strictly 18 and older, and yes, there will be spoilers in this episode.
Dark stuff, like really dark.
We'll be talking control, manipulation, violence, and choices that cross every line.
No rules, no limits, and no chill.
Content warnings were covered right at the beginning of the episode, and you can always find the full list at hbtspodcast.com.
Seriously, this one is intense.
If you can't handle the heat, don't meet the qualifications, or don't want spoilers, this is your one and only chance to step out before the ritual begins.
Still here?
Brave. You've been warned. This episode doesn't play nice.
If dark romance is your thing and you like your book boyfriends a little unhinged,
go ahead and subscribe, follow us everywhere, and share this episode with your fellow chaos readers. Let us begin, shall we? We'll move right along to the ever-famous Did You Know? Chica, did you know that secret societies, especially elite schools, are very much a real thing? Organizations like Skull and Bones at Yale University and other exclusive groups have existed for centuries, built on secrecy, loyalty, and yes, rituals. And while not all of them involve anything extreme, many historically included initiation practices, hazing, and loyalty tests designed to prove commitment to the group. Because nothing says trustworthy future leader like making someone do something questionable and seeing if they keep their mouth shut about it. Ritual behavior itself isn't unusual. Psychologists say humans use rituals to create identity, belonging, and control. But here's where it gets interesting. When power is involved, especially wealth and influence, those rituals can shift from symbolic to, let's call it, aggressively controlling. Because once a group convinces you that something is tradition, people are a lot more likely to go along with it without asking, wait, why are we doing this? And historically, that question probably would have been helpful. Studies on group dynamics show that the more exclusive a group is, the more pressure members feel to conform, even when something feels wrong. It's called groupthink. And it basically turns independent decision-making into, well, everyone else is doing it, so I guess this is fine. Which is exactly how perfectly intelligent people end up participating in things they would never agree to on their own. Like work. Just throwing that out there. Add power, status, money, and a hierarchy where a few people make the rules, and suddenly choice starts looking a lot like carefully managed compliance. But don't worry, it's not control, it's tradition. totally different, obviously. So when you see secret societies built on loyalty, rituals, and power, that's not entirely fiction. But when those rituals start crossing into manipulation, coercion, and survival level stakes, that's when tradition stops being a bonding experience and starts looking a lot like control with better branding. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, secret societies today. Which brings us to today's book, The Ritual by Shantel Tessier, Book 1. There are many in this series, but we are only going to talk about Book 1.
Yes.
This cover is a special edition because I got to meet her.
I'm jealous.
Twice, actually, at a book convention. And so this was the book that she sold for those that pre-ordered it from the book convention. Otherwise, if you see the cover, I think for this episode, you will see that it's the book cover you'll see on Amazon and stuff, which is the face and says The Ritual. But so this is my autograph copy that I got from her, along with all the rest from that series. But so today, The Ritual by Shantel Tessier. Barrington University isn't just an elite school. It's a breeding ground for power, control, and violence. Hidden beneath its polished surface is the Lords, a secret society of the most powerful men in the world, bound by blood, loyalty, and a brutal code. I vow, you vow, we vow. Yeah, girl, thanks for chiming in on that.
I think I'm going to get a tattoo.
If I would get tattoos, I'd probably do that one too. For them, senior year isn't about graduation. It's about claiming what's theirs. And that includes a chosen one.
I love this book.
What starts as an opportunity for freedom quickly turns into something far more sinister when she's pulled into their world. Ryat Alexander Archer offers her an escape from the life she's always known, but freedom comes at a cost she never saw coming, because the Lords don't give, they take. As she's drawn deeper into their twisted rituals, manipulation replaces choice, control replaces trust, and survival becomes the only thing that matters. What once felt like a game turns into something far more dangerous, because at Barrington, there are only two ways out: submission or death. Oh, girl! Chica, give us the main character descriptions.
All right. So, Ryat Archer, cold, dominant, and raised to lead without question. He doesn't ask, he commands, manipulates, and takes, all while convincing himself it's part of the game.
And he's fucking hot.
Yes. Oh my God. Blakely, naive at first, but not weak. Thrown into a world she never chose, she learns quickly that survival at Barrington, means adapting, not or breaking. Sarah, loyal friend, energy with just enough awareness to know something is off. She tries to hold on to normalcy in a place that does not allow it. Holy cow.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A gunner, one of the Lords, and fully bought into the system. Confident, aggressive, and exactly the type of man Barrington was built to create. Pritchett, another Lord. Quiet, calculating presence. He doesn't need to be loud to be dangerous. He watches, waits, and moves when it matters. Matt, a lower level Lord with just enough power to be dangerous and not enough control to handle it. Manipulative, dark, and prone to spiraling when things don't go his way, especially when it comes to Blakely, who he's determined to claim whether she wants it or not. I hate Matt.
Yeah, he's a total prick.
Tyson or Ty, a lord who's seen behind the curtain, burned by the very system he's still a part of. He follows the rules, but doesn't believe in them anymore. Cindy, originally arranged to marry Ryat and not happy about being replaced. Shallow, manipulative, and easily swayed by power. She'll play whatever role benefits her the most if it gets her what she wants. Abbott Archer, Ryat's father, and the blueprint of everything wrong with this world. Powerful, ruthless, and the reason the cycle keeps repeating. Leanne Mays. She's horrible. Blakely's biological mother and a woman shaped by arrogance and sacrifice. Once her father's true love but promised to another, she carries both pride and the consequences of choices that were never fully hers. Valerie, the woman who raised Blakely, but never loved her like a daughter. Cold, greedy, and controlling, she treated Blakely more like an asset than a person. Phil, a high-ranking lord and Blakely's father, powerful and deeply embedded in the system. He tries to do right by his daughter, even when his decisions only pulled her further into the world he helped create.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters here, but as you can see, this is a beast of a book, and it is jam-packed.
Yes, but it's so
with
good.
Shit. Like, it really is, and there's really no. So, one thing I can say about this book is when you go out there and you read like reviews on it and stuff, there is, from what I could see, people out there who are no middle of the road. You either like it or you don't.
Yep.
There are people out there that just straight up hate it, and there are people out there that are hardcore
Obsessed.
the fans. There are the Chica and Pixies. And I absolutely love it. I think the writing is fantastic. Everything that I have read by Shantel Tessier, which includes outside of the Lord series, she has like Bones, Grave, Cross, Titan. She has that series too. It's a mafia thing. Amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think she is a fantastic author. But again, like all authors, not for everyone, and the story is not always for everyone either. This is obviously secret society, and there is degradation. There's a lot of degradation and non-con in, well, I wouldn't say it's non-con because it's consensual non-consent. So consensual non-consent. So like when she takes the GHB to knock herself out, she did that willingly, knowing that
it was going to happen.
Something was going to happen to her. So there's those moments. And then she willingly gives control. Like, these are my jacked up fantasies. You enact them whenever you want. Mm-hmm. So there's those types of things. But there is degradation. Absolutely.
A lot.
Absolutely. As far as, chaining up, forcing them to do anything. But there's aftercare. So it's not all bad. But it's a lot. There's so much in this story. In the first, I don't even know how many chapters or whatever they go through, because they're the lords. You're born into it. You don't get to choose to. You're not invited to be a lord. It's a born society thing. So the sons are raised to be a part of this. So they can choose to be a part of it at that point. When they turn 18, they can go to Barrington and go through the initiation process, which requires them to be celibate
for
3 years. Absolutely no sex for 3 years. They are dedicating their lives to the lords for those 3 years. and they have to go through Trials. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. And they're not like your typical frat boy hazing things. They are like, go murder this person.
But I'm not going to tell you why.
But we're not telling you why. You just do it because you're told to do it.
Yep. No questions asked.
Sometimes they are other lords who have broken oaths, and they record you doing it so that you always have criminal evidence held over you. And you do it with a smile on your face, basically. Anything they ask of you, you just do it. You have to successfully make it through all 3 years, complete all of your trials, and then during your senior year, the females of the families, of the Lord's families, those parents actually sign the women up to be a chosen. This is where it got bizarre. That's not voluntary. That's the parents choosing to whore their daughters out
for a year.
For that senior year. So, if, for example, Blakely's quote unquote mom Valerie signed her up to be a chosen her senior year, Blakely didn't know she was signed up for this.
They don't have a choice.
She is currently dating Matt, who is a lord. Ryat and Matt were friends. They were sent on an assignment during their sophomore or junior year. And Matt went against what he was supposed to do. They were supposed to kill this man, and he killed him while he was in bed, but the wife was there, and Matt was like, I'm going to fuck her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, A, you're not supposed to be having sex. B, she wasn't part of the assignment. Well, when the woman woke up and screamed, jumped out, took off, well, when Ryat made it out of the bedroom, the woman had looked like gone over the banister, over those stairs, and was down on the ground, the blood. So they took off. And he's like, what happened? He's like, she just fell. And so he just went with it. And Ryat never gave up any information. And he just said, this is what was said. I don't know. I'm not a rat. So, after that, he wanted nothing to do with Matt, but he knew Matt was dating Blakely. So then his senior year, before the chosen ceremony, Blakely's dad who's a huge name in the Lord's world, calls Ryat to his office and says, this is your assignment. You are to choose Blakely as your chosen. And he's like, nah, she's not mine. She belongs to Matt. And he's like, no. Are you saying no to an assignment? And he's like, no, I don't understand. He's like, doesn't matter what you understand. You're choosing her. And he's like, all right, whatever. And he has an arranged marriage with this Cindy from an affluent family, which was arranged summers ago by his parents, and it was just a verbal contract. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like her, whatever, but he doesn't give a fuck about relationships or anything. He is just solely focused on the Lord's world and power. That's like him, and he's kind of a dick.
Kind of.
But he's very driven, and control. Like, he's very in control, and he's good at everything he does. I give him that. So he orchestrates everything, and he's best friends with Gunnar and Pritchett. So he orchestrates it so that Sarah, Blakely's best friend, gets a hold of a little card about this vow ceremony. And so Sarah she is so in need of attention. And Blakely has been dying to have sex with Matt, but Matt keeps turning her down and has been forever. And she at one point even told him about her rape fantasy, and he told her that she was sick
in the head
and didn't talk to her for 2 weeks. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, what a dick. And so she caved in on herself type of a thing. And so she was like, fuck it, I just want to go to a party, whatever, I'll go. So that she finally goes to this party at the Lord's mansion They take your phone, your keys, all of that. And they're just drinking away, having a good time. And Matt had told her he was going away. He was going back home for the weekend, so she thought he was out of town. Well, while she's at this party, doesn't she run into him?
She runs into Matt.
And Matt has a whore hooked all over his arm who declares that she's his girlfriend. Yep. And I can't recall what her name was at the time. I want to say it's Vanessa. I feel like it's Vanessa. I think it's Vanessa. Yes. I guess this chick Vanessa, she was wasted, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Just like that, too. Right? That's exactly how she sounded in my head.
Yeah. And she's like, and Sarah was like, "That's his girlfriend." She's like, "I'm his girlfriend." And she's like, "What the fuck is happening?" And the whole time this little fight's going on down on the floor where everyone's drinking and mingling with the music, Ryat's up there with his mask on and shit, watching it all go down.
Yeah, because they have masks on.
Yeah, the lords are all wearing masks, and he is like, "Oh, you just made shit easier for me. This chosen thing's going to be cake now, because she's just done fucking pissed at you." So then the next night they go I think she gets totally fucking wasted, and they get her home.
Somebody gets her home.
Yeah, Ryat and Gunnar do. Ryat and Gunnar get her home. Oh, she goes up to a room.
She goes into
She ends up in Ryat's room. She's so fucking wasted. And
that's right.
Right? And she ends up sucking him off, doesn't she? I don't know. Something happens, not sex, but something happens, and she is fucked up. She's so wasted. But she passes out, and she's not sure if she had sex or not. But she's always thinking, "Did I have sex?" She's so wants it so bad, but she's never sure, and she's always going, "Nah, I'm not really sore." Like, she's so funny because she just wants it so bad. But they get her home, and while he's in her apartment, like he's combing everything, he finds where her birth control is, and put cameras in everywhere in her house, like they scope it out.
Oh, they put trackers on their phones.
They put trackers on the phone, so they know everything, every text that comes in, every phone call. Mm-hmm. They can control the phone, like block people calling, and all this shit that goes on. And so then they go to the chosen ceremony the next day. Oh, he leaves a card for her about the ceremony on her nightstand. I vow, you vow, we vow.
Oh, yes.
And so she knows what to do with the ceremony. So she shows up at the ceremony. Sarah's already there. She sits down, and Ryat's like, "I'm not waiting. We're going first." And it's like a dilapidated church. And she's like there in her little skimpy skirt and heels. And she gets there, and he grabs her and he handcuffs her behind her back.
Yep.
Super hard. And he's like, "Does it hurt?" She's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Good." Makes it tighter. And I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah. So then he gets her up to the baptism pool that's up there, and
it's like it's a hole in the ground.
It's a pool.
It's a pool.
Yeah, and then they step down. It's glass because it's where they do baptisms in the church. Because everyone can see inside.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Everyone can see inside because it's a baptism pool, and so she steps down into it. And he was so proud he didn't have to tell her to step into it. And normally during this ceremony, they're supposed to fuck the chosen so everyone can see. But he's like, "I'm not doing that in front of everyone, but she's going to suck my dick." So he forces her to suck his dick in front of everyone, and then he hauls her out of there, and he fucks her outside against the wall, takes her virginity that way. And I'm like, still handcuffed.
Yep.
Still handcuffed.
Oh, poor girl.
Yeah. Ripped into her. I think there was no warm up to that either. No foreplay. Thank God she was wet. That's all I gotta say. And then he throws her in the car, takes her back to the Lords, chains her to the bed, I think spread eagle, like the whole, right? And then leaves her there, goes back to the church to finish the whole ceremony so he could watch everyone else's thing. And I'm thinking, wow. And mind you, there's cameras in his room, so he can keep watching to make sure she's still in place. And she's like, arms are going numb, feet are asleep, and I'm like, God, this is the shit we're talking about. And this goes on through the whole book, this kind of shit, the whole book. So he's now officially, and a lot of Chosens get shared with others, but he's so possessive of her, he refuses to share her with anyone. And the biggest thing was he loved rubbing at Matt's face.
Yep.
And he knew
they're engaged. They're promised.
They're promised to each other. Supposedly, she's supposed to marry Matt after graduation, and like that's just it. End of story. So it's like a constant thing, and Ryat's like, yeah, I'm gonna.
That's all she's ever known. She's always ever known.
All she's ever known.
Matt.
And her mom has pushed it constantly. So the shit just goes on constantly. So there's a lot of sexual games that go on back and forth, and Ryat burns some of her clothes because they're too revealing, just all kinds of stuff. And then Matt keeps running into her and just tortures her by saying things like, you may be his slut now, but you're going to be my whore when we're married, and I'm going to chain you to the basement and pass you around. And I mean, she's just mortified, and she's just thinking, okay, as soon as this is over and Ryat's done with me, I'm out of here. I'm going to run away, like whatever. I'm going to disappear. She's trying to think of these ways to escape.
Yeah, because Matt like totally goes
feral. He is insane. He's fucking insane. And we don't even know why, because he acts like he doesn't really even want her. Like, why are you so obsessed? It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And her mom, this Valerie chick, is such a bitch to her. She's so like, you will marry Matt, and who is this Ryat guy? And slaps her. I mean, she's just,
and then Ryat slaps her right back.
Oh, yeah. Ryat puts that bitch back in her place. But, I mean, Ryat is very, he's protective and obsessive over Blakely. But he constantly is saying, this is temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. Like, this is, but it's bizarre behavior for someone who's so, it's temporary. It's temporary. And he's always demanding, like, tell me this, tell me this, tell me this. And she's very resistant to tell him anything. He always has to resort to some form of blackmail to her, like getting her drunk or whatever. I'll uncuff you if you just tell me. I'll let you come if you just tell me. Just like shit like that. And I'm like, jeez. Yeah, but you can see it's really well written on how their relationship develops. And the amount of things that come out about how Abbott, Archer, and Phil together basically work together to get Blakely and Ryat together. Right? Mm-hmm. And the amount of shit in this book. Like, I don't even know where to go.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
So they do... and then there's there's the scene where Matt is constantly always trying to sabotage Ryat and Blakely in some way. There's an event where that judge or whatever, someone broke into the house and killed their 7-year-old son by mistake. He was a lord, and so they called all the lords of the Barrington back to the lord's house and told them that they needed 2 volunteers because they caught the killer, and so he's in jail, right? So they didn't tell him what it was for, and so Matt was like, Ryat and I'll go, and Ryat was like, you fucking prick. Like, Ryat was going to volunteer, but he was not going to fucking volunteer with that piece of shit. Yeah. So, anyway, he can't say anything about it. So he's like, fine, yeah, we'll go. We'll do this. So they just, after they get them separated or whatever, they disclose that you guys are going to jail. You can't tell anyone anything. And this is what your mission is. So he drugs Blakely. So she's passed out.
So she doesn't. Yeah.
So she doesn't ask questions or anything. And then at her apartment, and he gets Gunnar and Sarah because Sarah becomes Gunnar's
chosen.
Yeah, Sarah becomes Gunnar's chosen. So they're together all the time. So he gets them to stay at Sarah and Blakely's apartment to keep her away from the Lord's mansion, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, so and he's in jail for, I think, like a week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Something crazy like that. And in that time, Matt, they discover that the killer gets put into solitary. Matt and him aren't doing, very well together, but Ryat's like, I'm not staying here any longer than I have to. So he immediately gets himself put into solitary.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, while Ryat's in solitary, Matt's making friends and gets someone into solitary to try to get Ryat killed.
Yep. Pays him.
Yeah, pays people to get Ryat killed, but that doesn't pan out too well. Ryat successfully completes the mission and takes out the killer and then beats all those people's asses that try to kill him, but he pays some, he's beat up pretty well too. So he gets out of prison and he goes straight to Blakely.
Yep.
Like, doesn't go anywhere else. He's straight to her. And that's kind of where you start going, you care.
Yeah.
You absolutely care. This is more than just, you're just my chosen. Otherwise, you could have gone back to the Lord's, chilled out, and then checked in with her the next day. Yeah. But yeah, she was immediately pissed. But when she saw him covered in bruises, she was like, "Oh my God!" and started like mother henning him and shit. And that's when
he couldn't walk.
Yeah, and I think at that point is when he said he decided when he was in prison that he's gonna marry Blake. Yeah. He's gonna fucking marry her. There ain't no way around it. Like. I'm taking her from Matt. That's it. I am fucking done.
That was Matt's whole thing.
Yeah.
That even though she was Ryat's chosen, she was gonna be his wife.
Yeah, and I think the guy that went to kill Ryat in prison made the statement that the guy who sent him was gonna pass that new wife of his around, and he was like, "Nah, we're done." We're done. So, yeah, he goes to New York. He gets the ring. He tells his dad, I'm willing to, I'm getting out of this engagement with Cindy. I'll offer whatever I have to Phil for Blakely. This is what we're doing.
Well, Matt offered first.
Yeah, Matt offered $50,000.
He wanted her back.
Yeah, he offered her a whopping $50,000 for Blakely. So Ryat countered with $500,000.
Yep.
And Phil was like, "I'm not taking your money, but
just keep her away
from Matt." And he's like, "I will protect her with my life." And he's like, "Fantastic."
I love this book.
Yeah, it was so good. So he gets a ring and he gets it slapped on her finger when she's all blitzed out. Mm-hmm. And so when she comes to, she was just like, "You were fucking serious? Are you kidding me? What the shit?" So he literally gets her wifed up, I think the next day at the goddamn courthouse. No wedding. We're just going to wife you up now. Mm-hmm. And so when they go to the Lord's house the next night, she's all dolled up and stuff, and he literally announces to everyone, "Look at my beautiful wife." And she was mortified.
It's a ceremony.
Yeah, it's a ceremony.
For something. I don't remember what
it was. I can't remember what ceremony it was either, but it was a big ceremony, and he literally announced to everyone under the sun and their chosens and everything else, I want you all to meet, I'm the luckiest man ever, blah, blah, blah. This is my wife, Mrs. Blakely Archer. And she's like,
what the fuck?
Oh my God. And Matt was pissed. Fucking pissed.
Yep.
So she's just like, kind of like that, right? Just what? What are you doing right now? This isn't the place. Right? So he does all of that good stuff, and
Matt tells her everything.
Yeah, Matt gets a hold of her in the hallway or something near his room, or in her. She's in Ryat's room at the Lord's mansion, and Matt sneaks in there and basically tells her look, he's manipulating you. He's tracked your phone. He's blocked phone calls, messages, all of these things, and she's like, "No, this can't be right." And then she started piecing it all together, holy shit, you're not fucking kidding. Yeah. This guy's Ryat fucking lied to me, that piece of shit. She was pissed. So she takes her ring off, she takes the phone, all of it, and she leaves it on the bed.
And disappears.
And well, she calls him, I think, from a burner or another phone, or messages Ryat and said something. Oh, no, she calls him from another phone and said, after she had been on the road for like 30 minutes or something, and she's just like, fuck you. Oh, because it was an unknown number, and he's like, hello?
That's right.
And he's like, who's this? She's like, it's your wife. And he's like, where are you? And she's like, fuck you, Ryat. I'm out of here. Like, you're a liar, whatever. And so he's checking his cameras and shit. And he's like, I will find you. Because he always told her, I will always find you. And, yeah, she was pissed. So she ends up bailing. I don't remember how she got her money and stuff, but she ended up, in
she works at a little bar.
Some ho-bunk town. Mm-hmm. And starts working at she dyes her hair darker and starts working at some little bar for cash. Because she's only 20.
She has no ID.
No ID, nothing. She has nothing. So she ends up sleeping, I think, like above the bar in a little apartment. They let her stay there. And they're paying her cash. She has no work experience either. Mm-hmm. She has nothing. But they're giving her a shot. And they don't really serve anything other than beer and like basic like shot of vodka or tequila or whatever. It's very basic shit. And she's there for, I want to say like 2 months or something. She's gone for a hot minute.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah, she's gone for a hot minute. Yeah. Not like any longer than 2 or 3 months, but she's gone for a hot minute, enough to lose some weight and be stressed the fuck out. And so this guy's hitting on her in the bar and she's like, no, thank you, fuck off. And, I think he ends up basically...
After he waits for her.
He waits for her afterwards because the person that's closing with her has an emergency and she tells her, you can go, I'll close. So she's closing by herself. And when she gets out in the alley to take the trash out, that creep
he's out
corners her and basically tells her that he knows who she is. And she's like, oh my God, please, I will do anything. Don't tell Ryat where I'm at. And he's like, why the fuck wouldn't I? And basically he's like, I don't give a fuck about Ryat. I want to kill you anyway. And she's like, oh my God. And while he's attacking her on the ground, all of a sudden blood's like dumped all over her because there stands Ryat right behind the guy, sliced his throat right over her. And she's just like, oh, fuck my life. So she gets dragged. I think Gunnar and Pritchett are with him. And they drag her into the bar. And one of the other doors is chained up because they made sure they had made sure she couldn't get out anywhere. They threw her like face first, they were brutal. Slammed her face first to the table, handcuffed her, and then forced pills down her throat so she would be compliant, sedatives. And then he's like, good girl. I'm like, normally I like that phrase, but fuck.
Not in this instance.
Not that time. That was fucked up. So she was just like, fuck you, right? Kind of a thing, and then passes out. So he gets her on the plane, drags her home. So when she wakes up, she's, I think, naked or just in panties or something because he took all the bloody clothes off of her.
And panties.
And she wakes up in the cabin that's his back home, and she's like, fuck. Like, there went that plan. And, so then more degradation happens and more, it's not in a bad way, but just more like, damn. And then they start to bond more, but they're married, and that's when I think Cindy comes in and plays the whole, oh, woe is me. I've been fucking your husband for the last 3 weeks. That's what she was gone 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 3 weeks. Yeah, it was 3 weeks. I remember now. You've been gone because I remember the statement.
When she yes.
You've been gone 3. You think he's been celibate for the 3 weeks. You've been gone, blah, blah, blah. And I've been here screwing him. And she's like, what? So anyway, she beats Cindy's ass, ties her up, and shoves her in the closet.
Yeah.
And so when Ryat gets home, she accuses him of being unfaithful. And he's like, I've never been unfaithful to you. Whatever. So he takes her into the bedroom and fucks her. And then when they come out of the bedroom, both her dad and his dad are in the living room. And she's like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, I'm your father-in-law. And she's like, oh, damn. And in the meantime, Cindy has gone. She's gone. She's like, oh, my God, where's she at? Where's she at? And he's like, who? They all play dumb, right? And she's like, I know she was here. I tied the bitch up.
I put her there.
I did I'm not losing my mind. So she convinces Ryat to let her in on the secrets, because how can you trust? Wouldn't you rather have a wife that knows your secrets and knows you than someone who doesn't? He's like, yeah, I would. Can you handle it? She's like, yep, I sure can.
So
So he takes her out to the shed or whatever, basement shed out in the woods that they drug her to, and she was tied up. And it basically turns out that Matt, previously, before all this had happened, Matt was using her phone to text her, and I think
because she had that rape fantasy.
Yes.
So he kidnapped her and did the whole thing and
Yes.
took her to the cabin, and when she was there, he texted her, come find me. But it wasn't him.
Yes, because Matt had got a hold of Cindy's phone and used that to text her, and it was a blocked number, and she just thought it was Ryat, because Ryat's SUV was in the driveway. And then when she looked out into the woods, she saw a lord in the mask and everything out there. So she thought it was him. So she started walking out to the wood line. But when she got there, no one was there. But when she turned around, she saw
that
same person on the porch, which that one was Ryat.
On the
porch, but not the one in the woods. That's what happened. Matt was the one in the woods, but when she turned around, Ryat was in the house wearing his Lord's thing, so she started going back to the house. That's right. Yeah.
That was before. So
that was what before. So anyway, they're back to where we were. They're down there, and Cindy was telling her about how she was involved in all of that, that Matt had orchestrated all of that stuff.
And that he knew where she was the whole time.
Yeah, he knew where she was the whole time. And that Cindy was there to actually hurt Blakely.
Kill Blakely.
She assumed, she didn't really know it was even in this shit. She just was sent there to do whatever, and so she could be with Ryat forever. That was what the plan was. So Blakely picks up the syringe that was in the duffel bag, and she goes, oh, well, can I just stick this in her anywhere? And he's like, yeah, sure. So she shoves it in her neck, and she's like, oh my God. That's how she ended up spilling the beans everywhere. So anyway, after all of that was said and done, Ryat was so pissed that he wraps a rope around her neck and hangs her, and then they have sex in front of the dead body. Yeah. And she's freaking out because he's going at her bare, and she's like, oh my God, I'm not on birth control. And he's basically like, I know. He's like, I can't wait to knock her up now. He's like, I want her pregnant yesterday. So it was things like that. And then as time goes on, she has to go through an initiation. They wake up the next morning, and he's told, Ryat's got a text that he has to fake divorce, threaten divorce her and see if she passes that. She passes that. He says basically all the ugly things you can say, I'm done. Here's the signed divorce papers. Get the fuck out. And so he leaves the signed papers there. And she's like, fuck you piece of shit. I'm not divorced. Yeah, throws him in the fire, and God bless America, all that good stuff. Then he comes back, and she's all pissed. Some of these events are a little bit skewed on timing and stuff because there was a lot going on. But then they have the next initiation for her, because the wives have to go through initiations too. She's supposed to be given a texted a date, time, location, and she'll meet a man and then help participate in that, whatever happens. So she's at Blackout, which is the club Ty owns. And Sarah shows up with her car, bringing it to her, blah, blah, blah. And they're doing their thing or whatever. And Sarah's like, oh my God, I forgot something, whatever. So she's like, I'll drive you up to the back door, whatever. So she drops Sarah off at the back door. And then all of a sudden, when she's waiting for Sarah to come back to the car door opens, and she's like, oh, she's thinking it's Sarah. And it's Matt, and Matt beats the shit out of her, slams her face into the driver's steering wheel, all that other stuff. So then Sarah comes out freaked out because Blakely's all fucked up and passed out. Ty gets her and they drive her to the hospital. So there's that. Then a little more time goes on, and now we're at their cabin in the woods.
Yes.
Right? Ryat
Yes.
and Blakely's, right? And Matt shows up with a gun.
Yes, and he takes her.
Yes, he shoots Ryat.
Mm-hmm.
And
4 times.
Blakely loses her shit because Ryat appears to be dead. And then they grab Blakely, give her sedatives, throw her in the car, and she hears a voice, a woman's voice that's with them. And she's like, what the fuck? And they take off. And when she comes to, she's in a house, in a room, locked in a room that has its own bathroom. It's nothing luxurious. And Matt comes in with her mom, which isn't her real mom. It's just her, it turned out to be her stepmom. That wasn't her bio mom. And turned out that her stepmom, right?
When she was still at the cabin, she took a pregnancy test.
She did take a pregnancy test.
She didn't know. She didn't know if she was pregnant or not because she didn't get to see it because they took her before she saw it. Remember?
Yes. And, yes, that's correct. So she took a pregnancy test. She didn't see the results. They took her. She wakes up there, but in the meantime, they had figured out that the stepmom was kind of like in on all
everything,
all of this bad stuff going on, and she needed. So anyway, so she's now in on it with Matt, and at this point, Blakely's now getting sick. She's throwing up, whatever, and Matt's like, God, we need to get her a doctor. And that's when Valerie says, she doesn't need a doctor.
She's pregnant.
She's pregnant. I know those signs. And he's like, oh, we got to abort it. We don't want an Archer baby. And she's like, oh no, we're keeping that baby. He's like, you want that baby? She's like, yeah, I'm going to take that baby and raise it as my own. I deserve a second chance. And so Blakely's freaking out. So at this point, they want to keep her locked up, keep her pregnancy going. They get her prenatal vitamins. They want trying to feed her all the healthy stuff. So they take her to term, deliver the baby so that Valerie can take off, and then Matt can take her and go somewhere else and live happily ever after. That's their mental plan. Weird.
But Blakely tells her no.
Yeah,
you're not getting my baby. Yeah,
Blakely's like, fuck y'all. Y'all are insane. Like, not happening. So over on the other side, Ryat, it's been a few weeks. Ryat goes to surgery, comes to a few weeks. It's, he's healing. He's a hot mess in the hospital. And that's when they're like, oh my God, dude. He's like, where's Blakely? And they're like, she's gone. We will find her. And he's like, give me my phone. They're like, chill, bro. He's like, no, you don't understand. Give me my phone. I know where she's at. Just give me my phone. They said she doesn't have her phone. You can't track her. He's like, just give me my phone. Nobody knew that he planted an actual tracker under her skin when in her neck, when she came back after that time she ran and they found her at that bar. No one knew that that's what he had done, and he can track her with his phone from there. So they all thought they were talking about the tracker on her phone. He's like, no, I can find her if you just tell me, give me my fucking phone. So they all go get the phone. Give it to him, and he's like, all right, let's go. So he starts getting out. They're like, no, you can't. He's like, no, give me all the drugs. Like, I'm getting my wife. And so they figure it all out. They get the plane. They get Ty involved, and they make a plan, and they go over. I think they were in another country, if I remember correctly, on an island.
Matt and them?
Yeah, Matt and Valerie and Blakely. So they take the private plane. They fly over there. And they go through, there's tunnels and stuff under this house. And so the plan was Ty would get in there and portray that Blakely was supposed to be given to him once Ryat died, because that was his gift from the Lords, because that's what he was owed by them. And so he had to play that game with them. And so Blakely's believing it and thinking, oh my God. So Matt's like, hey, let's play a game. We can both have her right now. And Ty's like, all right, sounds good. And she's like, oh my God, I thought Ty was on my side. I'm so fucked. I can't fight both of them off. Like, oh, Jesus. She's like freaking out. And so Ryat, he's in the house now and he's hiding in a closet. He pulls her in when she's running by. And so she's, oh my God, a hot mess, thinking Ryat was dead. And now he's right there in front of her. And she's like, talk about a mental fuck.
It is.
Like, it's insane. So he gets out, and then fucking, I think Matt's dad shows up, and he's a huge piece of shit. He gets killed. I mean,
that whole scene was just...
It was crazy chaos. Then there's, there's so many other scenes, but then there's, as Valerie was showing up, that's when Phil, Blakely's dad, sees her and he swipes her, get her ass on the plane. Then they get Matt, they get him on the plane, and so everyone's now on the plane, they're headed back, right? And they get them all fucking tied up and let basically Ryat and Blakely heal up until he's ready to deal with them at the church.
Yep.
That's pretty much what happens.
Yep.
And then that's when it all comes out. When they're ready, they go to the church and make Matt confess his sins. And he's like, I'm not confessing shit. And he goes, that's okay. She will. And that's where they bring Valerie out. And she's like, it was all Matt's idea. And she's like, oh, he's like, fuck you, bitch. It was like all this crazy chaos stuff. It was so good. So they end up basically killing Valerie and Matt there in the church. Or not really, because then Leanne shows up, which turned out to be Blakely's biological mom, which was the woman from the beginning that Matt tried to rape during their assignment.
And supposedly killed.
And supposedly fell off the banister, which she said, and let's be clear, you pushed me. And they were like, you were dead. And she's like, no, I wasn't. You didn't check. She turned out to be something else. So it turned out that she was Blakely's biological mom and actually was legally married to Blakely's dad. So the marriage that he had to Valerie was never valid. So the whole time she was on assignment, this was probably the part I didn't really care for. She was sent on assignment by the Lords for the guy she was married to, quote unquote, Lord. The other Lord. And so I'm thinking, so she was on assignment for 18 years?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And she's like, and I had just had enough. Bitch, I'd have had enough after a few months.
Yeah, 18 years is kind of a little much.
Since when the fuck is the Lord's sending a wife on an assignment like that? That was not clear to me.
That's what she told Blakely. That's what she told Blakely.
Yeah,
when the Lord sends you, you can't say no.
Correct, but not once do you ever in any of the books hear of the Lord's sending a wife to do anything like that. Who the fuck is you?
She's the only one. You're right.
The only one in all of the books. So either one, you're a liar.
Yep.
Or you're a lord and not a lady. I'm confused.
Yeah.
That's probably the only questionable thing in the books was that little storyline. Because then I'm thinking, nah, you were in that for way too fucking long.
Yep.
Way too fucking long.
Then finally,
and then you're like, I was just done. What? No, that doesn't make any sense to me. And she was just such a diva bitch.
Yeah, she was horrible.
Yeah,
and
so
she's the one that got Blakely the job at the bar.
Oh yeah, and I'm the one that got you the bar. Do you think anyone would have hired you? Probably. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. But yeah, she's like, I knew where you were and I didn't tell anyone I was watching you. I just wanted to see what Ryat would do. What? Yeah. I couldn't get into that storyline with Leanne. I couldn't really get into that.
They tried to make her more important than she really was.
I agree.
Because she wasn't real. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, or we needed more backstory for her or something because they made her more important than she was. I don't know. There was something odd or off about
it's just weird.
That was the only part, I think, in the whole thing. But overall, it was phenomenal.
Yes, it's an amazing book.
Yeah, because even after all of that, Blakely still didn't trust her and didn't like her, and neither did Ryat. But she was living her best life with Blakely's dad.
Yep. After 18 years of being married, but not being married. I just don't know.
Yeah, it didn't jive with me, but whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you get the chance, read it and then listen to it.
Oh my God. Okay, so I've read this physically on my e-reader
Many times.
Countless times. So just this last week, I listened to the Audible for the first time. Holy shit. Aiden Snow, I believe, was the guy who did his voice, and
amazing.
Drool-worthy. Best voice for Ryat Archer.
Absolutely.
Ever. It was, even Blakely's was great too, but their chemistry, but his voice was panty melting.
Oh, yeah.
Good goddamn.
Yes. If you read the book, after you read it, listen to it.
Yeah, especially if you're an Audible person. Oh, amazing. Even if you're not, because I'm not usually an Audible person, but I'm getting really into them, and whew, yeah.
I love Audible, especially Aiden's books. I love his voice, how he narrates. I mean, he's
not going to fit every male character out there, but for someone like that character,
yes.
Absolutely. Someone who is controlling and powerful and hot as fuck. Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Perfect voice. So, I personally think that Ryat is more manipulative than romantic.
Yes. He doesn't get romantic.
Ever.
Barely. At the very, very end. Very, very end.
I don't even know if he does at the end. Like in the epilogues when they have their grown-up families and stuff. Like, I mean, it just surface level tells you they have date nights and stuff, but it doesn't even tell you what those are. What is that?
Well, he does little things.
Like? See, you can't remember one.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, he's just manipulative, which maybe to Blakely is romantic, but I don't think he is. Would you ever join something like this if this gave you that much power?
Maybe.
As cool as it sounds, I would never want anyone to control that much of me. There's no way. I could not.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, there's no way I could join something quite like this. A secret society, sure, but not to this fucking degree. This is way too deep. Way too fucking deep. Whew. I know you said you loved it, but was there any point in this book where it stopped being enjoyable and started being uncomfortable?
No.
Yeah, me either. Or any point that you're like, okay, this is too much?
Nope.
Yep, me either. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Would you fall for him? Or is this guy like all red flags?
No. I would totally
fall for him.
Fall for him.
I think I would too. That's what's fucking sick.
Oh, we're terrible.
Yeah, I'm okay with him. The only thing I think that sucks though is the fact that like if the Lords call him at any time, whether it's Christmas, the birth of you could be in the middle of giving birth and they call and say, we need you here now. He's like, sorry, babe, gotta go. And you're like, I'm mid-push, bitch. I mean, it don't matter. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Not just as soon as she's done giving birth, can you pop on over? It's nope, right now. And we can't tell you anything. You can't tell your family anything. You could be gone for a day. You could be gone for 6 months. You could be gone for, 18 years, apparently. I'm like, no. I don't know.
I guess that would be the only bad thing.
Yeah. That they have way too much control and power over you. Unless you're going to put me in that position up there, no thanks. Oh, Lord.
Mm.
Okay, so let's see. Let's go into our games. Are you ready?
No, I'm never ready.
You're never ready. So, game number 1. Would you survive the ritual? Okay, so we're going to drop yourself into the Lord's world. Be honest, would you make it? So for each prompt, you're going to answer either yes, like you'd adapt, maybe, depends on the situation, or absolutely not, I'm done. Okay? You're going to get 5 prompts. You ready? The first one. The first initiation. Yes, you'd adapt. Maybe, depends on the situation, or absolutely not, you're done.
I think I would adapt.
Yeah, absolutely not. Bye! Okay, the power dynamics.
Depends on the situation.
Yes, I'd adapt. The psychological pressure.
I think I'd adapt.
You'd adapt? I'm a maybe, depends on the situation. All right, the lack of control.
Depends on the situation. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm done, absolutely not. Nope.
Why?
I have a control issue.
I don't.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. The secrecy.
No, I think I don't like secrets, so probably not. That'd be
Secrets hurt someone. I'm a depends on the situation, so that's a maybe for me. All right, okay, so some of us are not making it out alive.
nope.
All right, game number 2. Blindfold or walk away. You don't get all the answers. You either step in blindly or leave. So for each scenario, you're going to either choose blindfold me, I'm going in anyway, or I'm walking away, absolutely not. Okay?
Okay.
5 scenarios. Number 1, entering the Lord's world.
Blindfold me.
Man. Only, yeah, I'm going to say absolutely not.
Why?
Because of the control that they have over you.
You and your control.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, I'd say, yeah, blindfold me, but it's the control thing. Too many unknowns. Accepting a ritual.
I don't know. That was hard. Blindfold me.
Me too. That I'll take. Trusting a lord.
Blindfold me.
Oh, I'm walking away. Absolutely not. Fuck those people. Giving up control.
Blindfold me.
You know what my answer is. Absolutely not. And the last one of this one is staying once you know the truth.
Blindfold me.
Yes, I'll stay once I know the truth, provided I care about that. If I, obviously if I don't like the truth, I'm not staying. All right. Now let's talk about what it actually costs. Game number 3, the price of power.
Oh, good God, Pixie.
Everything in this world comes with a price. For each trade, decide, is it worth it, questionable, or not worth it? Okay, last 5. Power in exchange for freedom. Is it worth it, questionable, or not worth it?
Power in exchange for freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Questionable.
Yes, I agree with you. That is questionable. Protection in exchange for obedience.
Worth it.
Agree. Status in exchange for autonomy.
Worth it.
Yeah, that's not worth it to me. That would be a loss of control. I can't have that. Negative, Batman! Love in exchange for control.
Worth it.
No.
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 Am I not understanding the question?
I don't know. Love. You get love, but give up control? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not giving up control.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't. Fuck no. Last one. Loyalty in exchange for truth.
Worth it.
Questionable.
Why?
Well, it just depends. I may not want your loyalty if I don't like you. So therefore, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. I'm a little picky.
I guess.
So the real question is, if power required you to give up control, your freedom, and parts of yourself, would you still say yes? Or finally walk away? See you next time.